Ooh, ooh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the three-headed dragon. I'm just call it. I'm gonna just change the name from couch potatoes to three-headed dragon.
Do it.
And then one of our guests, we could use her choreography when we for like a video or something and float in the air.
We'll
But
be flying, bro.
yeah. But yeah, what's up, everybody? Thank you guys for joining in. Edward, Bruce, as always, greetings to you, fellas. Welcome those listening and watching to another episode of Cal. Ooh, I almost slipped. Welcome to episode 85 of God's Potatoes. Um, but yeah, so it's not just us, not the three-headed dragon. We have two very, very, very special guests. People whose lives I think I've impacted in such a positive manner. Uh, so positive that we went to the same college together, and then I left, and after 2 years, and even after I left, they were like, "When are you coming back? Where are you? I see you in my dreams when I wake up." I'm like, "Mark, where are you?" So it's like they tell me these things and it brings a tear to my eye because I'm just so proud of how great I am.
Yeah.
It's just like wow, like who am I? Like I ask myself, who am I? Um, yeah, no. So I mean, they got something going on or whatever, but really, I just brought them on because like I want to, I like impacting people's lives and hearing them speak about how I impacted. You know what I'm saying? Edward gets it. Edward gets it. He's going into that field of education, impacting lives. So Edward, take a little bit of inspo from this, bro. You could do the exact same thing. Like be like, wow, mister, I saw you in my dreams. Or maybe you don't want that. But
Louis, introduce them,
one
bro.
thing, oh, wait, sir,
Come on.
sir, sir, you
It's
you
not
know
your moment, bro. It's theirs.
what what you signed up for when we had that conversation at McDonald's, okay? So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for our guests, Angie and Jesse today. Woo! Um, but yeah, welcome, ladies, to the show. How are you guys? How's everything?
Oh, finally, we can speak.
Yeah, you can speak
I
now.
was
You can
like,
speak now. Yeah, you may speak now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
well, we're definitely excited for what's going on with business stuff, right? Which we'll talk about. But I mean, overall, trying to survive after a pandemic, feeling tired, but I'm good. I'm blessed, happy. Yeah. Yeah, same thing. Well, first of all, disclaimer, the reason why we're next to each other and we're not social distancing is
Ooh.
because we're basically in the same bubble and we're vaccinated twice.
You guys
Oh.
got vaccinated?
So just a disclaimer.
They from
But
the
yes.
elite ones.
Hmm?
That they're from the elite ones. They got vaccinated. They don't care. Fuck they do.
Superior.
Part of it. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's dope. Did they make you guys get vaccinated like through your jobs, or like, I mean, did they offer it, or like how did you guys, because I know a lot of people are still struggling to get vaccinated right now. So how did you guys get that?
So right now we both work as social workers.
Oh, dope. That's dope.
Yeah. So we're both well, we have different titles, but we work with the homeless population in LA. So through that job, because we are still considered as frontline workers,
Yeah.
so it became available for us once they approve of the vaccine, and we just took advantage of it.
Oh, dope. That's cool. You guys already got both shots?
Both shots.
Did you guys had any after effects, like after the first one, after the second one?
I know I did. So I'll speak for myself. Yeah, I did both times. And I felt like I was sick. And a lot of times I literally honestly thought was like, I realized that I don't really get sick. And when I realized with people that were saying that they don't really feel it, they didn't really feel anything, is people that at least get sick once a year. Yeah. So I was like, maybe it's just like my body being like, oh, oh, we got a hand up. But I don't know. I did feel, but I mean, they explained it's going to be perfectly normal. After like a day or two, you're going to be perfectly fine. And here I am. Yeah. So for me, my experience was the first one. I didn't really get any side effects, but the second one definitely
my arms, I could barely move it for like a whole day. Like I can't even hold like a pen or something.
Damn, son.
Yeah, it was that painful.
She's like, I'm not working today.
Hold on from work.
Well, that's
But
good.
yeah, overall it's good.
Which
Oh,
vaccine
sweet.
did you guys get?
Moderna.
Oh, I hear that's the one that gives the most side effects from both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucked up. Yeah, fucked up.
But hey, I survived.
We're here now.
It's funny because we kind of talked about it in the last episode because Edward was telling us he was getting. Have you gotten the second shot, Edward, or not yet?
Not until the 30th of this month, but I
Oh,
got
okay.
Pfizer.
Oh, educators.
Yeah.
Wait, is there a? No, I don't know. Wait, did you say that because are certain groups getting certain vaccines?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, I
And
didn't know that.
depending on your like profession and like how they consider it. When did Biden? I think Biden released it like a week ago.
Mhm.
Was it
Like-
about like teachers nationwide will get the vaccine?
Yeah, because they have very like strict like
Mhm.
requirements. Like for example, like where we work at a shelter, right? So we had for sure like everybody 65 and plus, no matter if you're 65 and plus, it was offered. Now, recently, literally today, they offered it to the rest of people because they live in a congregated space. So it really depends on like your age, medical conditions, and then what's your circumstances.
So basically, like who's the most at risk? So 65 and older because your immunity is lower. That's why they give it to them first. And then for those who have like medical conditions, like Jesse said, they get it too. Like the first rounds of it when it was barely getting popular, I guess, or available. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I had a question. I just blanked out because I'm putting do not disturb on my laptop because like 5 different notifications came up, and I hate it.
Oh, we have a hand. We have a hand over there.
Oh no, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I lost my
Hey,
question.
Pod, it looks like Syracuse did them well. What happened to you, man?
Damn. Hey, you
What
know what,
happened
bro?
to you?
Nah, bro. But you know what? Look at this smooth segue, Bruce. Witness this real quick. Speaking
All right,
of
let's go. Come on.
Syracuse, I kind of want to go over how the 3 of us met, Jesse, Angie, and I. You like that, huh?
That's good.
Okay,
That's
your
I
best.
want to
That's
hear
good.
your version of
That's
how
good,
we
that's good.
met.
Oh yeah, we want to hear each other's version. Let's go.
Oh, okay. So let me so I'll do a quick version of it. It'll be like 2 hours later. I'm still not done. No, but I remember at first. The thing is, and I'll be honest, I don't remember meeting Angie until after we were all selected. So I don't think I remember meeting you officially until the ceremony. Was the ceremony before or
Ceremony
after when we had that whole summer of like meetings?
before.
Before? Okay, so yeah, it was the ceremony. That's the first time I was like,
Same.
oh, okay, this is Angie. And then Jesse, I remember I don't know if I mentioned it on the show before, but it was like the 3rd round. That was like the main round, right? And then all I remember is this girl going up. Oh, I have like a poem or
Everybody.
whatever, all shy, like, and all of a sudden, the, the players at the mound, that bat, he throws the ball and thwat, and then she like went on this like wild, like I thought she was freestyling for a
I
second,
remember.
but I forgot. Do you remember what the poem was called, Jesse, or no?
An analysis of baseball. Oh shit, I do
Okay.
remember that. It's a little too ingrained.
So yeah, so she did that poem, and then I remember that moment. I was like, oh, she won. She's part of the group already. But yeah, that's what I remember. And then from there, I think it was through the meetings that we all officially were like starting to meet each other. I think the first conversation I had with Angie though was because because the meetings were after school. They were like 4 o'clock, I think. And I remember Angie was like doing homework and she had a bag there. And I think she had cleats sticking out or something. And then I was, trying to be Mr. Smooth or whatever, trying to say, hey, what's up? I was like, oh, you play soccer. And she's like, oh, yeah. And then that's how we started talking. I remember that officially. and then
He's
Jess.
actually my soccer buddy.
Yeah, soccer. Yeah, I remember that. Man, we used to dominate whatever the field, whatever it is, what it is. But but Jesse, I think was it through the meetings? I don't know if it was because one day you came in with like you had your tambourines or something. And I was like, oh, you go to church? He's like, yeah. Oh, I go to, and I think that's how we started talking, from what I remember. But I think it wasn't until when we finally got to Syracuse when we like officially started hanging out.
Yeah.
I mean, like, all right, let's go do this and that. That's my version of the story.
Okay.
go
Do I
next.
go first? Okay.
I'm like, I'm trying to be like, what are you
let's see. Same thing for mock. It'll be during the ceremony. I never remember like having like a conversation with him during our last interview. Like I never, like I was like, oh, you were there, all right. With Jessie, I remember talking to her and our other classmate, Dulce, during our last interview, because we were in the same circle during the interview.
Yeah,
I know she doesn't remember.
I know. I'm really. That's why I'm holding back. I'm like, damn, they're asking me for a lot. Oh shoot.
But I do remember the most impressive moment, I guess. Like the first impression I got was the same time when Jessie did that whole poem. So the premise of it was during the interview. There were questions of who's willing to just perform anything right there and then, right? And I think she wrote her name down to like most of the people's papers. So then they were like, who's Jessie? And then she was like, that's me. And then she started performing. Mind you, the spots are only 10 and there's 20 people in there. So when she started performing and doing all of the poems and all of that, I think the whole room literally said, well, there goes the spot. Now there's only 9 left.
Yep. Yes, exactly. What
Everybody knew that she was going to get it. With Ma, I think the first impression I got was actually during one of our trainings. So they asked about, oh my God, please don't judge me, everyone. They asked about Jay-Z.
Was it? No,
I bet he doesn't remember it either.
Was it that, or wasn't that Rafa?
It was him.
It was him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why did I get mad because you didn't know who Jay-Z was or something?
Yes, exactly.
You already knew what it was. You said, was it? How dare she?
He was so mad, and he was like, "How can you not know him?" Da 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 da. And I'm here like, I'm so sorry. I'm an immigrant. I came here like a year ago. Just a little over a year ago. So yeah, that was that. And then we went to college and yeah, we got close.
It's funny because I didn't remember that, but now that you like as you were saying it, they clicked. I was like, I don't remember exactly when, like what meeting or which number, because we had like
yeah, I don't know. There's a
bunch of meetings. I'm talking about it was for what, maybe every Thursday for
8 months.
For 8 months, was it? Damn.
Well, 6 months, and then we had to do bi-weekly for 2 months.
True. Oh, that's right.
There's a hand though.
Edward.
What are these meetings you guys keep talking about? Like I know, but what about the audience? They just hear meetings. Is this?
They were AA meetings, bro. I'm playing with you. I'm playing.
No, there were meetings. There were like workshops. It was really, I think it was like a little bit of like presentation, having conversations that were like hard to have with other people. Sometimes like racism. I don't know.
Socioeconomic status.
Yeah.
So the way they call these
College
meetings, like overall, the program was like pre-collegiate training. So they're like just said like workshops that talk about like very taboo or like really not just talked about topics or topics that we weren't even aware of.
Now we were aware.
But now
I feel like
can I undo that? Can I just not?
Wait, let me give my impressions.
Go for it. Go.
Okay, so
Oh,
I
that's
have really
right,
bad
yeah.
memory. I'm so sorry, hands down. Everything they mentioned, I don't remember. But what I do remember is, so I think for both Angie and Luis, I think my first would be during. It was probably like a meeting, because I feel like did your grandmother ever go to the posse building, Luis?
Oh, wait. Uh, I
Yes, she did.
guess.
No,
Did you have to translate or something?
no,
No?
she was speaking to my mom.
Oh,
She's like,
okay.
oh, she's like, también, and like
Oh,
presenting.
that's right. Because
That's the first time I remember, like, oh, okay, this person's gonna be part of my posse.
yeah, because the parents, I think they had to go one time. No, there was like a mini, like
Yeah.
ending of like the meetings, the ceremony type of thing.
Yeah, that's how I remember. And I also do remember you on the third round of the interviews. I hate talking about the third because everybody in my posse does talk about that moment of like the whole poem thing. So I'm like, oh God, like, yeah, that's another. I was on a performer back then. And then for Angie, I want to say, I do remember speaking to you during one of the beginning workshops. I do remember speaking to you because it was like one of those where you talk about like, that's when I found out like, oh, the soccer thing. She was very open about it. And they have you do little groups, and we would do like 2 and 2s. That's when I remember talking to you, like, because that's when I found out more information of like the activities we did. So that I had there. But yeah, impressions, both of them, awesome, nice, great people. I wouldn't be talking to them again. They were. But yeah, that's my impression.
Oh man, dang, that was. Think about that was the summer of. Well, that was spring and summer of
That was all
2014.
senior year.
Yeah, that was like, gosh, ugh, so old. Yeah, no, but yeah, the good thing you gonna make me cry. Good memories, good times. But yeah, it was weird because I remember. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking for myself, but when we were they first told us about the meetings. We're like, okay, it's part of it. But then when we were in it, it was like, damn, we really in here for like 2 hours, bro. Like, we're talking about live. I'm like, dude, we're just trying to, I don't know, I guess hang out. Because there were moments where it was cool.
We're just trying to graduate.
Yeah, we're just trying to graduate, get out.
Pass these exams.
But I mean, I guess it worked in some, because I'm curious because I feel like at the beginning, I feel like everybody kind of had their go-to individual in the posse. So how did you guys, and because from my memory, I remember y'all two had different go-tos, right? Or if you didn't, right? But how did y'all end
I'm
up?
like, who's
How
my
did y'all?
go-to? To you, who was my go-to?
Wait, me? What?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to guess.
Who was our go-to?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
I
what I
thought you
said.
were
What was
saying.
your impression?
Yeah.
Like, who did you think like we were?
Or you're
the go-to?
asking us
Yeah.
like, oh,
Oh,
did you
I
guys have
think.
go-to?
Well, I didn't see it until we went to Syracuse, until we're on campus. On campus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Jesse's go-to was. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't too sure. Oh no, I think it was Calvin because I think y'all lived either in the same building or close to each other, in the dorms, the halls. I could be lying. I don't know. I got bad memory. Maybe I'm just saying this to make up. Maybe I didn't think you had one. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But Angie, I think my initial one was Victoria V.
Right.
From what I remember.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, how did y'all end up coming together and being like now, being homies now, close?
Okay.
Oh, let me
Go for it. I want to hear
I have
your
a
side
version of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think with Angie, we've actually talked about this so many times. So going into college, with the person also Victoria. So I had never flown out of the state. I've never even gone on a plane. So my first time was with Victoria and Angie. And I remember being like, guys, like I was actually thinking like the worst, like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. I'm never gonna see my family again. Like this is it. So they were really, really actually like, girl, you're gonna be okay. Like you're gonna be fine. Like they had to like just, we sat in the same row and everything.
Did you sit in between of us?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was really terrified. So I think from there, because they were part of that whole experience, I got very close to both of them.
freshman year, I think I was very like, because I didn't know anybody, I was really close to like everybody in the posse, where it was like so constant between us, all of us, like, oh, are you gonna eat? Are you gonna go there? We're gonna meet here. They were your go-to people, and it was very nice to feel. Second semester, I got closer to like my floor. So then that's when I feel like we got distant. She was an RA, also her second year. So for sure we lived in opposite directions.
Like literally,
yeah. Because she was in BB, right? And then I was in Watson my second year.
Those are very far away from each other for those who are not sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially during the blizzard.
Yeah.
There's like the snow in there. Being like, yeah, that makes it even. It's like she was probably like 5 mountains away from me. And then I think it was towards the end of our second year, right?
You started talking again.
We started talking, and it had a lot to do with our majors. So we were just it happened just naturally. Like it was just all of a sudden, like, hey, how you been? Like, what's been going on? And we just started talking more, and then from there, when we got really close, she decided to also be part of the CSD major, which is Communication Science and Disorders. And then so the next 2 years, except for the semester she went to Japan.
Yeah.
The next 2 years we were in the same major, so we had every class together. That pretty much brought us like really, really close. And then our last year we decided to live together. So yeah. That's my version of it.
Well, yeah, same thing. I mean, that's the story of it. And then fast forward to now, since we did live together during senior year, and like we just really clicked. After graduation, like I went back to Japan and taught over there for a year. And then when I came back here, that's when we got really close again. Well, even closer. I don't want to say I got really close because we're already really close. And then, one of these days, like we were just like, hey, we need more money in our pockets.
We need more peace.
And just pursuing our passion, like something that actually like brings joy in our lives. So we're like, hey, I have this idea, like we've had this idea since college, but it's more of like having people over and like cooking for them. But then we're like, hey, a lot of people have been trying this, like we've been cooking for people, right? And they're like, hey, do you guys ever think of like selling this? Actually, Edward over there is one of them too. So we listened, and and then
we took his advice.
And then we became business partners.
Y'all really just destroyed my segue transition.
Hey, what's your segue, bro?
Yeah,
I was excited to hear it.
I was gonna be like, so speaking of being close and all, y'all finally came together, yada yada yada. So I hear y'all not together again on a different chapter, a different venture in your lives. Tell us more about that. But no, Angie just had to keep going.
She said, I'm taking over. It's my show.
Over.
It's my time.
Yeah, we are the producers. We're here to make sure y'all.
But real quick, I was curious because I don't know too much, but could you give us just a little snippet of what it was like teaching over in Japan?
So I went to Japan the latter half of 2018 and then first half of 2019. I made sure that I'm not going to be there during the 2020 Olympics, and lo and behold, we got the pandemic, so things worked out. Teaching over there, the students are great, very respectful, very responsible. I had great coworkers. The only thing is, my coworkers were all like on the upper range of their age. So the next closest age with me was 36. Dang. So 10 years, like more than a decade older than me.
Yeah.
But to be honest, like they are amazing. We would go out and like, oh, you guys asked about teaching, not like what I did there.
No. Whatever, like your whole experience. It's cool. It's cool.
The teaching experience there, like having coworkers that are like, older than me, like they're very welcoming. And we talk like with my very minimal Japanese, their minimal English, but just having a drink over food and all of that, like that brought like the working culture all together. So working with them was more smoother. Like they see like my personal side and like my fun side and like my serious professional side during work. So I think that gave them like a better picture of like who I am and what I can offer them and like my work ethic. So yeah, it was such an amazing experience. If any of you guys who are listening, watching, ever think of teaching abroad, hit me up. I'll let you know how to do it. Especially in Tokyo. So I taught in Tokyo.
Oh, okay.
That was a great experience.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask, would you recommend like going abroad, and maybe if it's not necessarily teaching, but just traveling in a general sense?
Oh yeah, traveling in general, do it. If you have the means to do it, do like a solo trip. Even better. Like you learn so much about yourself, you challenge yourself in so many ways that you didn't even expect, or like just think of like experiencing, I guess. And just going for the opportunities, like not limiting yourself, that knowing that there's so much more out there. Like it really broadens like your perspective in life. So whether it be like a 2-day trip, a whole week, 2 weeks, 6 months, years, like I do recommend it.
Awesome. No, it looks like we're gonna be doing a couch potatoes company retreat in Japan.
That's dope. Okay.
The sign-in sheet is going to be
Let's go.
provided at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess to bring it back to Angie just happened to bring it up earlier. Interrupting my transition or whatever.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, the floor is yours. Tell us about what it is y'all are working on now.
Let's start. So we.
Oh wait, Edward has a question.
Edward has a question.
yeah.
Edward has a question.
Sorry, guys.
Do you guys happen to have any on hand made?
I go scoop them up.
Hear me out now. We can make Lewis edit this, right? So I can give you guys an Oreo, and then you guys pop it up on your side. You're like, yo, this what we be doing. I'm just saying.
We don't have anything. Actually, everything is at like my place right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
I'll pick something up later.
Hey Edward, how long did you have that Oreo like waiting there?
He's just waiting.
Bro,
He's
I
just holding it like, come on, dude.
All right, now you guys can go. Sorry.
No, yeah. So part of that Oreos, right? So we began a business for fried Oreos, and we started. She did. She mentioned earlier before. This was an idea that started in Syracuse, and it started in Syracuse because Syracuse, like I didn't feel like it was a thing in California. It was I did my first fried Oreo over there. And I had friends that would and then finally taught me how they did it. And I was like, oh, it's very simple. And they were so delicious. So so it was an idea we thought about over there. Angie came back to Cali, and we started working first, right? So we started working together first. And then it was just one of those moments where I think we just had like a really like deep conversation. And I was like, bro, actually we started taking Fufis before, obviously pre-COVID. When we had gatherings, people would like take chips, this, that. And so we were like, oh, what should we do? And we were like, let's just take fried Oreos. And so we would take them, and people that's what brought our attention. People were like, these are really good. Like, what? And we're like, yeah, like, it's so easy to make. And we're like, we made them in like a few minutes. And it was like a lot, right? So then finally somebody was like, oh yeah, like you guys should sell this. We would pay for this. And it was actually one of our coworkers. And then you guys should really sell these. And people were just letting us know that they were really good, that they would pay for it. So I just told her, hey, why not try it out? Like,
why not do something together and just start a project together? And I think just our conversation was really about what we're doing right now and like where we see ourselves in a few years and just still being able to check off some things that we want to do. Right. So we agreed on it. We're like, let's do it. Let's learn something new and let's go for it. So yeah, I don't know if there's more. Like,
that's it. That's how it all started.
So both of you already knew how to make them, or did like you have to teach Angie, or like what you guys learned like since
So no, she already knew how to do them. I also knew how to do them.
I'm worried.
Wow,
that's because since Jessie had said that she learned from like Syracuse, I was like, oh, maybe Angie didn't know how to make them, you know?
Slipping up.
She knew already. Actually, yeah, no, she's a very good cook. She's the type that will be like, it's not gonna taste good, you guys, and you don't know what she did. She don't even know what she did, but it came out bomb. So yeah, disclaimer out there. But no, so we both know how to do them, but if to be like right now at the moment with what we're working with, she came up with the recipes. So like the original, the birthday cake and the chocolate are the flavors we're working with right now. And what exactly goes into them, the measurements and all of that, all this woman right here.
Damn.
Yeah. So when people are like, oh, it hits the spot, I'm like, measurements right here.
Okay.
It's always numbers, man. It's always the math.
Honestly, yes.
Speaking of numbers, I'm expecting 10% for giving y'all.
Hey yo, Edward joined the podcast just to charge, bro. He's like, I'm expecting my cut. Damn. You're a clown. Wait, so you guys already have like a set menu, or you guys are still like experimenting with like different flavors, or?
Ooh. So for now, since we're barely starting, actually last week was our first.
Do you have your booklet?
I do. I
bring
actually
it.
do. Okay, sure.
I'll just really quick. I just really want her to get it. So she has like a full menu, but we only have these 3 flavors because we like worked with, like, for example, I shared this earlier with somebody else. The birthday cake one, it has a vanilla cookie inside, but we actually tried it with a dark cookie and we were like, nah, it's not. It's got to be the vanilla cookie. So that's when we were like, okay, we got to try these for what we have. But I needed you guys to see, like, she went full out. She like, but what is what? She has like flavors out here, and we got people, because we've excited people, like we're letting them know what we're working on. Like, for example, we're working on a flan version of one. Somebody already was like, nah, Jess, you guys need to have, you guys need to have a tres leches for sure. And we're like, oh, okay, you guys are expanding our minds. But I want you to share the
excuse my my drawing, but
Yo,
this is the first time this is gonna be aired.
I know, for real. Not too close.
But yes, so
That's
we
pretty
do
cool.
have
That's dope.
all of that.
Yeah.
I actually put the date. So this whole menu was created in October 6th of 2020.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's our menu, and we're working on it. We're trying to expand our 3 flavors, but for now, since again the manpower is literally 2 people, and we're just trying to see like how our operation would go and how to profit off of it too, of course. But it's more so the operation, given that there's only 2 of us.
So she got seasonal ones, like that means you're not gonna get it unless just once a year. Yeah. Pumpkin pie,
Speaking
red
of
velvet, strawberry.
Speaking of manpower, do y'all need an intern that it'll work for free? I may know a person, who's an intern. They ain't really been helping us,
Hit
but
us up.
I'm just playing. No, but in all seriousness, so do you? Oh, well, first, then I want to know about the name. So could you say the name again, and then tell us how you guys came up with the name? Cause I almost forgot to ask about that.
You do that one. I feel like when I do. You do that one.
So our official name is Fufi's Fried O's. I was just like, yeah. But okay, so Fufi's, we kept saying Fufi's, and a lot of our friends, like our inner circle of friends, were all saying, like, they were making fun of it. But in the end, like we just keep saying, oh, they're fried Oreos, and they're like, oh, Fufi's. And then it became like a catchy type of thing, like, oh, Fufis, Fufis, you guys make Fufis. You guys are Fufis. So Fufi actually
Oh gosh.
came from can you just say that?
Yeah,
Can you tell the story?
So we really like Trevor Noah as a comedian, and we're like super fans, and we'll joke along. So anyways, we both got the book. Actually she gave me a copy for my birthday because of, we're fans, right? So we read the book, and there's a story that Trevor Noah in the book talks about, and it's just funny. And it's about a dog, and his dog, like, his name's Fufi. But the story is really funny, and literally we were just messing around. It was like us sitting down and just being like, oh, what are we gonna call this? Like, what are we gonna call ourselves? And me trying to be funny starts throwing random stuff, and I'm like, yo, like, imagine Fufi. And she's like, yo. And I was like, it's a catchy thing. And I was like, I don't know, let's try it out. But same thing, like, we told our friends, they were making fun of it, but then over here, like, oh, what, when are you gonna bring Fufis? And I'm like, it's stuck. It's stuck. We're keeping it. So that's literally how it was just really random. It doesn't have like anything else besides
deep
us.
meaning,
Yeah.
but it's something like the meaning of it is like something that we share.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I was wondering about that name. I was like, it sounds weird. I was like, this is me.
Why can't we just be Fufis?
But I kept saying it. I would keep saying it. I was like, Fufi. Fufi. That's cool. That's dope. I like that story.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like, because you guys said you guys are trying to profit from it. So right now, are you guys like breaking even, or are you guys like losing money, or like?
So, like,
I'm trying to
good
invest.
question. So we've never had losses, right? Since again, we just started the operation. So right now it's just more of like building up like the like earning back like our investment. But by the looks of it, for our first day, we're well on our way, like fourth of our investment already. And that's us just working a couple of hours, like setting up somewhere. So now that tomorrow, now did I cut out the segue again later on?
No, you good. No, you good.
But now that we're gonna do this like every weekend, we're gonna be posting like where we're gonna be locating and all of that. I see it growing in the next 2 months. Like, I think within the next month we'll be able to get back our investments and start profiting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Cool.
But hey, if you guys are all interested in investing, talk to me.
It was Bruce turned into Shark Tank.
I was about to ask that. I was like, how you guys gonna take investors? Like, what's up?
Yeah, well, we've actually gotten people already also telling us that's what we're thinking of already. So
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, like investing, cool, yeah.
That's why I'm working on the numbers, because a lot of people have already like.
It's kind of cool to see that a lot of people see potential in it, and we did, but it gave us more security seeing that other people are very like our coworkers have been super supportive. They're just on it, like, when are you guys gonna post? When are you guys gonna do this? I want another order. They're just like our biggest fan supporters that we're like, okay, like they see the potential. People around us see the potential. We appreciate that. Yeah.
Okay.
And when you guys have like my bad, go for that word.
Yeah, go
You know what I hear? Potential sponsor for us, dog.
Edward, bro. Why is everybody's taking my lines, dude?
Yo.
Hey, I'm done, bro. I don't want to do this no more, man.
Hey, I'll keep that in mind.
That's what I get.
How about this? We could do a collab with them.
No.
Help them out next time.
Bro, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Why is everybody just... Hey,
Gotcha, Edward.
it's like my
businessman.
He is, dude. But y'all keep like transitions, potential ideas. Maybe I'm a little too open. I should be darker. Maybe I should be more quiet and be like, I ain't telling nothing to nobody. But damn it. But Edward, you said it already. But I was gonna say also in terms of in terms of collab, yeah. I mean, it's not gonna sound original. But yeah, maybe they'll be like, oh, guess what? New flavor. We got the couch potatoes flavor. And it's an amalgamation of like
Oh.
Bruce likes really like bad candy.
Tell us what flavors do you guys like?
Everything,
Bruce?
anything sweet. I love it. I have a sweet tooth, so I mean, I just I'll eat anything. Mm. I can't even taste right now, dude. Fuck.
He's like, I'm tasting everything.
Ah.
Your mouth watering, but you're like, oh wait.
Yeah.
Bro, I had fried chicken today. You know, that's one of my favorite meals. You know,
Mhm.
KFC. You know, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, gravy, biscuits. It all tasted horrible to me, bro. I had the plate and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, my mouth was watering. I could kind of savor it. And then I took that first bite and I was like, this is disgusting. It's nasty. I miss it.
It's a little sad. Oh wait, yeah, just
Okay, so,
yeah.
so
Go
in,
ahead,
in
Bruce.
case y'all didn't know,
Yeah.
so I had I had COVID December, and then I had it for about like a month before testing negative again. And so the
Mhm.
thing is, I still have the side effects, which are I still can't taste my food. I
Oh,
can't
wow.
smell. I can't smell. The fatigue, like it hits me every now and then loss of breath. But yeah, so that's what I was saying about the tasting. That I'm good now. I guess.
I'm over here like I'm about to taste everything right now.
No, yeah, no, it was a while back. But I'm cleared now, back at work and everything. But I still have those side effects. But yeah,
Have they told you anything like how long it possibly can linger for?
now it's different for everybody. Some people get it within like the week, days. Some people, like my brother's girlfriend, it's taken her about like 5 months, and she hasn't gotten her taste all the way yet. Like it's like she says like at the 70%.
Oh wow.
And for me, it's been 2 months now, I guess, or 3 months. It's gonna be 3 months, and I still like everything tastes nasty right now. So
Oh my god.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
fried Oreos. I'm not gonna taste them anytime soon.
This is gonna be the Bruce flavor.
Like I'll eat them, I'll devour them, but I won't taste it.
The Bruce flavor is just gonna be like a bland,
It's
Bland,
bland.
nothing.
yeah, nothing. Maybe a little battery.
It would be like, we know you still want the fried Oreos, so
Yeah,
Mix it up. Mix it a little bit.
just a battery acid fried Oreo.
Oh
But
man.
I wanted to ask you guys, like, obviously, I think, well, I'm assuming, right? But when it comes to starting any type of business, there's obviously obstacles and hardships and difficulties, along with the triumphs and accomplishments. What is it that keeps you guys going in those moments where you're like, dang, can we really do this? Or even in that first moment when y'all are like, can we really do this? Like, what pushed you guys, over that hill
that's too deep.
and into it? Oh, we get deep up in this show. Oh wait, rewind that. But no, yeah. What what is it that keeps y'all going? In all seriousness, what
Mhm.
pushes you?
Um, yeah, that's deep. I'm saying this because we've already. This is like, I feel like it's like a repetition because I've been very like, we have very good communication. So let her know like my thought process, how I feel about everything. And so we've already had this conversation. I personally am very thankful for working with her. I definitely don't see this. I wouldn't have done I can think of with anybody else. And I think a lot happened from cues where, I mean, we've lived together. I feel like once you live with somebody, it's, a lot way more, like how they are. You start reading certain things. What do they like? What do they don't like? So for me, like, even for when the last weekend, right? We set up for the first time, and that was our operations. And we've been very good. I don't ask me how. I personally think we literally just click. I wish I had an explanation. I feel like we just click. Like if I don't get something for some reason, she's already on it. And if she didn't get something for some reason, I'm already on it. Like it's just
we don't think about it, and like, you know. So during the operations that we were noticing, like, okay, we got a lot of people like, how did the first day go? It was literally the same thing. I feel like we do a lot of eye communication. That like she'll know like, okay, she's probably talking about this, she doesn't like this, or me the other way, like she needs help over here, like she's giving me like this hand, or like the way she communicates. Even when we were like already cooking, we had the way we had set up was like where we're actually frying was in between us, because she was doing a lot of, she was the person charging and she was the person decorating, while I'm the person like actually putting the Oreo and then putting it in the fryer. But depending on what it is, I'm putting it into that batter and making it, you know. So a lot of it was really like, it was just communication, like, hey, like she would tell me this is the order, doing it, put it in there. And because, you know, you have to be controlling the oils and stuff. If they already had another order coming and I had to put those, she was like, I got it. And she was already on it. And she like put them out. If she knew she had to do something, she's like, Jess, and she goes, you got it? And like turn around, yeah, I got it. And she's already, because she's doing X, Y, and Z. So motivation has been really coming from the fact that it's been a positive thing. We've been able to vent about like, hey, like what happened? Yeah, I was tired too during this. And it's like, oh, okay. But we're so able to talk about it that it just works. So we've actually talked about like, yeah, like if we get to a point where we're like, oh, maybe like, you know, is it gonna work or this and that? We just don't have our mentality there. We've already synced it where it's like, I'm not here to see if it works. Let's try to make it work. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I don't know.
Yeah,
it has a lot to do with friendship. So I really do appreciate her as my friend. So yeah.
Yeah, and basically what she said, right? Like the communication, the openness of it, like the transparency of things, and not just in the business aspect. I think the reason, for me, like the reason why like this business is working right now is because we have like that foundation of friendship and open communication. So like we just like our actions just complement each other, and like we all that I talk, like we don't even have to like say a word, and it's like, yeah, I got you. And just knowing that the fact that I can say that, oh, I got you, and I know that she got me, like having each other's back, like we've gone through hell and back together. So for me, I'm like, I know that she's gonna be there no matter what, and that trust, the communication, like that's what built the whole business. Like that's how like I trusted the business, and I know that no matter what, like she said, it's not a matter of if it's gonna work. We're gonna make it work, and we've ingrained that with each other. So for us, it's like it's just a matter of time, our efforts, our hard work, and it goes from there.
Hey,
yeah.
Take my money now. Take all my money. No, but no, that's dope. And I think because like a couple of episodes back, we had another group who, you know, they're starting their own like little like the clothing, not little, they're the clothing business, right? They're starting small, they're starting to expand. And you know, it's cool to see, and then you guys as well. And obviously we know each other very well, so it's even cooler to see that y'all are working on something, right? And like that level of confidence that you guys have, that's really dope. Because you know, with everything that's been happening, it's just cool to kind of see the attitude of, like, let's just get it done, like it's working, so let's keep it going. So it's cool. um would I have ever imagined y'all would have started a fried Oreo business back in college? No, but dude, I know y'all can do. I had an idea y'all could do something, but that's cool. I was gonna say I had a little brain for it, but I wanted to ask actually. So you guys make them fresh on the spot at your pop up?
Yeah, we do also do take orders. So it was cool because a lot of people have been asking like, oh, because they do orders, and sometimes, for example, tomorrow we already have orders.
For like catering.
Like catering. Yeah. So where we would drop those off, but we've told people like also like we tried it ourselves because we were thinking already about that too, like, oh, how long is our product gonna last, like, you know. And we're like, oh, is this food that can be like reheated, and is it gonna be as good? So between us and like our most of our like what can I call it, like data collection of like, you know, opinions and like what they think about it has been with our circle of friends. We're like, here, what do you think about this? Hey, what about this? Do you taste this? Da-da-da, let's try this, blah, blah. And they've been so open about it. Again, I think where my motivation comes from is that support. anyway, so they decided, hey, one day we do have fried Oreos. Let's go ahead and put them in the toaster or oven, like oven toaster.
The oven
Yeah.
toaster.
Oh my god, they're still so good.
Yeah.
Just saying. So that's when we're like, okay, so like, well, but we like when people do ask us like, oh, like, can I reheat these or how do they taste after? I'm like, put them in the oven toaster and they're gonna be you should be good to go. Obviously, if you're putting it in a microwave, they're gonna be like soggy, but that's why we're like, do the toaster. They're literally really, really good.
Like we've had friends that did it in the microwave and they're totally fine with it because then it still it fluffs it up, it heats it up. But if you want to get like the Fufi's experience of it, we recommend putting it in the oven toaster.
Yeah.
No, that's super dope. Yeah, because I was gonna ask too about the catering, like if that was another aspect of the business that y'all were doing already, or were going to do if you hadn't already done it. But to reiterate again, are you guys doing your pop ups every weekend? How often are you guys doing that?
So we're currently we're doing one day a weekend. I feel like so I had somebody today, for example, message me and they wanted to do an order and they thought we were like standing somewhere right now. I was at work. Yeah, I was at work and we both work full time. So that's definitely not a thing during the week. It was just a weekend thing. I think it's mostly me. So like I have like responsibilities on the weekend and I'm really trying to like, hey, I want to make this grow, but it's not like something that's like if I drop this, it's something's gonna happen like in my life kind of thing. Yeah. So it's like I wanted to balance it out to start first. But once this is expanding, I don't see myself hesitating to just being like, you know what, I can dedicate my full time to this now. But for right now, we're changing locations. For example, this weekend we're not going to go back on Whittier Street, but we're actually going to be around, I don't know the city, it's in Los Angeles, the address, but I don't know like what part of Los Angeles at the top of my head, but it's nearby for you guys. Yeah. But that's for this weekend. The next weekend we're probably going to be somewhere else, and we're just doing that one day, mostly because again, like we work full time, and just this past time that we did it already, we were like, wow, you really just get one day out of the weekend because we spent a full week working. With that day, it was really cool. We had like our moments where we're like, oh, it looks like it's gonna die down. We had one person order last minute, and that set it off for the rest of the night. So I didn't get home until 12 a.m. and had to wake up the next day to get to work. So that's when I started realizing like, hey, I need to remember to still be able to like function and still make it a work if I'm still trying to balance it out. So right now we're changing locations. We're putting everything on Instagram. So we're letting people know like, hey, we're going to be here. We're going to be here from this time to this time. And then people who, want to order, I'm letting them know like it's only on the weekend. So you guys can order ahead of time and we'll be, depending if they need delivery or not, we'll be able to take the Fufis to that location. Yeah.
How do you guys decide like where to set up?
So we're actually going to plug our good friend, coworker. Follow him on Instagram, Ballin' Goods. He sells jerseys, beanies, so like team sports stuff. So he's the one that's really has pushed us to do this. Like I think he's the biggest fan of us, and we're really, really thankful for him. So his name is Daniel. So he sets up at Whittier, and he told us about the location and all of that. And he was like, hey, like if you guys set up, like you guys can get this supply at this place, like all of this. Like he was really on it because he believed in us. He saw the potential in the business, and he just wants to see us like prosper in it. So that's how we started off with our first location at Whittier. So we were next to him, and from there, because there are other vendors, they told us about this event coming up tomorrow for our next location. So it's a lot of vendors that gets together in a park location, and then you just kind of like a night market in a way. So that's like we got invited to it. We just started talking to other vendors. We got invited to it, and hey, like we want to get to know you guys, and for you guys to get to know us, and more connections and just another location. So
Also, I live by East LA, so like I know that street is like that street has a churro place. So people that are in East LA are probably gonna recognize that. So it's like it's a known thing. It has a long line all the time. So I literally like we were like, hey, like they churros is very, very different. We're not even making competition. It's a different dessert.
Yeah.
So I was like, once we found out that our coworker was there and he kept pushing and pushing, he's like, guys, just set up already. Let's go. Like you guys got this. Like you guys don't understand. Like you guys could be rolling already. That's where we're like, okay, well, he's there already. It's nearby. We're gonna do it. But we are gonna come to HP because on this street, was it Pacific? They're starting to be big again. Like they're starting to get big with taco trucks and just food in general. So that's where we're, our spots are really coming from. Like one, we know where we're at, and then two, it's not far from home, and we know food trucks are there, like food in general.
Yeah, just know coming from like knowing the neighborhood and where people usually congregate. I mean, it's COVID, but where people like there's like people traffic. So we're definitely looking at like where people are hanging out over the weekend and which days, around what time, just so we can be more efficient with like our setup and get more following.
Nice. Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I remember what day was it? But when I saw like an account on Instagram, I was like, fried Oreos. I was like, who's that? And then I saw it was you. I was like, oh shoot, they're doing it. Okay. And I remember Jesse and I spoke about it for a bit when I asked her about it. But yeah, it's really dope. And it's awesome that you're getting the support as well.
Very thankful, very grateful.
Yeah, no, and I I'm hoping I can speak for all of us here at Cows Potatoes, but you have our full support, unless Bruce, he's the controversial, might hate a little bit or whatever. But but in all seriousness, no, you have our full support, in whatever way we can help, we're there for y'all. Cause like we said, like we're not necessarily like the same type of business, but we're starting our own thing too, right? And there we all start in different positions in different places. So yeah, you have our full support. We'll definitely, obviously, we'll link your social media and all that stuff down there on the description and whatnot. But yeah, if all goes well, I will probably be stopping by tomorrow. So
yes,
be like, hey,
we'll
what's
be
up?
expecting you.
Edward, he's gonna be the first one in line and be like, and then but yeah, no, it's so dope. It's so really so dope to be able to talk about this with y'all. Cause yeah, like homies and everything. But when the homies up to something, doing something, it's like that's dope. It's inspiring in a sense where you can we get nostalgic. We talk about the past, but it's cool to be able to talk about what's in store for us in the next coming days or the future and whatnot.
I agree.
But yeah, that's what I do. Whatever. Who am I? Yeah.
There's an intro.
Yeah, but like I said, we're at an hour. Can you believe that?
Oh wow!
And
I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
we were so nervous.
I was like, I've seen the podcast. It's gonna be long. I was like, yeah, but it's cool.
No, yeah, I'm telling you, when you're having fun, time flies. Really, that's what it is. But I think this is a good place to close up shop in this episode. But before I officially close it, Edward, Bruce, any final comments, concerns at Bruce specifically?
I'm good.
You good? But I know. Oh yeah, Edward. This guy.
I just need to ask this again, bro. Syracuse prepared them, dog. Ooh.
I'm so dead.
He's just he's like, oh. I think that's my cue to exit.
And this for Luis.
No, but I think.
Thank you, Luis, for being our guest in the show.
Wow. Hey, I'm gonna go to sleep, bro. I'm sleeping now. No way, but I think I said this before, right? Like if I could, in terms, but it's funny Edward brings up Syracuse. If there's one thing, obviously, had moments here and there. I enjoyed Syracuse, but I think the best part of it was meeting y'all and getting to know you guys.
Yeah.
Because without that Syracuse experience, we wouldn't have an investment opportunity, right now with Fufi's. But no, but like I said,
True.
it's cool. It's cool to see that we can reconnect
Mhm.
over this and we can have conversations on what we're up to. And yes, Edward, I know my Syracuse
Hey man,
was
it's a
complete, bro.
joke. It's a
Is
No,
joke.
bro,
it
you
true?
hurt my feelings, bro. I'm gonna start crying. No, but no, no, Edward, Edward.
You can say, we make your life better and all of that too. It's okay if you admit
every
it.
That we
every
impacted your
In a
life.
very beautiful,
every
wonderful
time I mess up,
way.
Edward's gonna be like, man, that's that Syracuse education right there. That's what it's gonna say. Um, but no, but in all seriousness, I appreciate you guys joining us, joining the show. We appreciate you guys taking the time to speak to us a little bit about what you guys got going on. And as always, we hope to see how, because we like to get people when they're just starting off, because when people, they get big and they forget about the little guy. And, we're like, hey, do you want to come on the show again? And you'll be like, oh, speak to my manager, speak to my agent. And you're like, "Yeah,
Oh, wow.
okay."
Oh,
It's like that. Okay. Well, I mean, whatever. Like,
well,
it's
we're a
cool.
community out here, so we uplift each other, right? So as much as you guys are plugging Fufis, best believe
Edward,
each other.
Edward. Oh, where's my 10%?
It's like-
He's like, you guys gonna do this or what? What's going on?
yeah. But yeah, no, but like I said, yeah, thank you guys so
We
much.
go way back, dude.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's
Go way
it's
back.
way back, man. I'm having flashbacks. My Syracuse education.
Oh,
But no,
jeez.
you know what? It's funny. I was thinking of wearing my sweater, but I don't think that thing fits anymore. It's not a good sign.
I told you that too. I was like, oh, snap. Like, this is my Friday. Then they say casual Friday. I said,
Casual Friday.
I gotta make it a work casual Friday.
But damn, see, I lost my train of thought. I was about to close it down with an inspirational quote, but no, it wasn't. But for real though, appreciate you guys. Thank us for watching
Thank
and
you. Thank you
listening,
for having
everybody.
us.
And yeah, anybody who's watching, listening, support local businesses, local community. And it's I know Edward's gonna be there for sure. He's gonna be the first one. And but yeah, so whatever you guys need, we got y'all. And when you guys blow up, forget about us. Send us maybe a care package here and there. Like a generic letter. Thank you. Enjoy. Even if it's something like that, it's cool.
Well, we might be able to do a couch potato flavor. Like,
We'll see.
You gave us an idea right there. So
We'll see.
package.
It can happen. So hopefully, we'll see in the near future what goes down and have you guys back on the show, see your progress and what's going down. But as always, thank you guys, everybody who's watching and listening. Appreciate you guys. Subscribe, follow these successful I was gonna say Syracuse students, but then I look bad now.
Business women.
Well, yeah, no, thank you guys for watching, listening. Follow them on Instagram. We'll post all the social media down there. Also, we'll post your friends' social media stuff down there as well, or like their business stuff. Just Jesse or Angie, I'll talk to you guys about that. But yeah, we look forward to having you guys back on the show again. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate you guys watching. Love y'all. Shout out to Zendaya. Shout out to Gilly the Answer, Bruce's twin brother. Or as Bruce is also known, was his name Bruce? Billy the Question?
Really, the question? Yeah.
Billy the Question? Gilly the Answer, we're calling you out, bro. We got our own. We got our own here. Billy the Question. But yeah, stay fat with the PH, y'all. And we'll see you on the next episode. God bless.